Hey, welcome to Guitar Vacation. We're talking about the used guitar apocalypse. I saw the original concept on the video by Gary's Guitars. You know, he always has a great take with insight because he's in the business. He works at a guitar store as a dealer of guitars and all that. Basically, what Gary's saying is all these folks that were stuck at home during you know when bought a bunch of guitars. I guess some of them used to play guitar, some of them decided to start playing guitar or whatever the circumstances were. They bought a bunch of doggone guitars, and now they're starting to get rid of them. And that is accumulated into music stores being just slap full of used inventory, specifically used inventory that is not moving. Sorry, had to have an interlude. One of my dogs has mental problems and was barking right outside my door for no apparent reason, without a care in the world that I'm trying to have a guitar vacation and record a video. So, back to the subject at hand. What I think about is, how does all this used guitar apocalypse affect me? I mean, that's what's most important to me. And if I'm seeing how it manifests in the future, there should be a lot of used guitars that these guitar stores are steadily trying to get rid of, thus eventually lowering the prices, equaling maybe some good deals in the not so distant future. You know, I'm no economics professor, but I did play wiffle ball at the local junior college. Pickup, you know, but I got a lot of information through osmosis. And the whole supply demand thing is not a super complicated concept broadly, okay, although it can get complicated when you get in the weeds of it and all the little different wrinkles and stuff. But there's a huge supply of used guitars, not enough demand to empty said stores of those guitars. And from what I know about economics, that means prices are going to drop eventually. Now, does that mean that I'm just going to sit back with my Machiavellian master plan to zap all the used guitar deals that allow me to buy things that maybe I wouldn't? Well, yeah, I'm pretty much going to do that. But, you know, there are some negatives to that, right? So, first negative I can think of, screaming deals sometimes make you buy stuff that you wouldn't necessarily spend money on just because you can't pass up the deal. We've all done it, maybe even this week. So you have that going on. And then number two, you know, I kind of echo one of my favorite YouTubers, Steve Cassidy. He was talking about one of his favorite brick and mortar stores closing down, and all the memories he had there from shopping since he was a kid. And you know, you develop the relationship. You should have your guy at the local quote unquote mom and pop guitar shop, and they're experiencing those things as well, as far as having the huge backlog of used gear. So in my quest to take over the tri-state area with my used guitar mogul strategy, I think I'm gonna really try not to stick it to the local shops I have around here. That I do try to buy stuff from when I can, even if it's not, to the dollar, the lowest price or whatever. A lot of the problem is once you've done this for 30 years, your needs are so specific, you just can't go in a guitar store and buy what you need. It's going to be something that you have to order over the internet or whatever. But I buy a lot of, historically, I have bought a lot off of used Guitar Center. Reverb is kind of a not as fun to buy from because you're dealing with the seller, and maybe the seller's great, maybe the seller's a Nimrod, or and the thing with buying from like used Guitar Center, if it's not what you planned on getting, you take it back to the closest Guitar Center to you, and that's that. With a reverb, that becomes a whole ordeal, so pedals, stuff like that there's not that much of a lot lower of a risk, lower dollar amounts. Yeah, sure, I'll grab something off Reverb, but as far as used stuff, and if the quote unquote used guitar apocalypse does come to fruition, and all these Strats and Les Pauls, and which, that's the thing, probably most of the guitars that hold their value, they're going to stay the same prices, and you're, nothing wrong with them, but lower tier affordable Squires and, import guitars, they're the ones that are going to be going out the door for $150 instead of $250 and all that. So, we'll see. Like, the guitar apocalypse is not going to affect my ability to buy a James Tyler guitar. I can't buy one now, and I can't buy one when the apocalypse fully immerses. And that's something like I thought of when I retire. Maybe I would buy, but still, the practical side of me is going to be like, $6,000, man, it's a Strat, come on. So anyway, it will be interesting to see, and I think all of us will at least get an opportunity to snatch up some piece of used gear or a used guitar for a really good deal out of it. And I hope it doesn't close any mom and pops down or really hurt their business. And whatever Guitar Center is doing and all that, hey, I'll sit there like a poacher, just waiting to pull the trigger with my daily searches, waiting to get a deal that somebody didn't price right or something like that, and I will have zero regrets. But anyway, if anybody else has a different economic take on how this used guitar thing is going to play out, The market's always fluctuated. Stuff has been really more expensive now than it ever has been. Part of that's inflation. Everything's expensive, so it goes along with that. But interested to see if this overall causes any long-lasting effects to prices. And I'm most interested to see if your used Gibsons, used American Fenders, stuff like that, if they feel any of the effects from it. I have already started seeing, like, here and there, American standard strats creep back down, not to the lowest they've ever been, but to, okay, that's not a bad deal anymore, whereas they were pricing them for a couple of years like, come on, man, it's a used strat. So, interesting economic analysis from an expert like me. You can take what I say to the bank, or you could also take it to bankruptcy court. Whichever way it goes, it can serve you. All right, that's this edition of Guitar Vacation. And y'all be easy and have fun doing your own guitar vacation until I talk to you again later.